Hey everyone, what's up? It's the Random Name 951, bringing you a quick little video. Um, this video I kind of wanted to do like a little, not awareness, but like a little tip kind of video. So, if you've been looking for a phone and you're kind of like on a real low budget, let's say from $10 to $40, maybe up to 60, and you're looking for a good, reliable, decent phone. Um, I'm gonna give you like some recommendations. So for me, I'm kind of in a way, an Apple guy. Not I don't want to say fanatic because I'm not that crazy for Apple, but I do like their products that they sell, and I feel that they're simple, but you don't really have any problems with them, unlike the Samsungs. Or people, they get their Samsung S3s and they're like, "Oh wow, this phone's really fast and I like it a lot." And within the course of maybe 2 months, they noticed that there's a lot more problems, such as slowing down, phone not responding right, little problems coming up, lag. And that's only normal with the phone, but with the iPhones, I mean, they kind of really don't go through that. For instance, let's say the iPhone 4. For me, let's say the iPhone 4S. I mean, overall, that was a pretty good phone. It never really slowed down. It was always good. It keeps on a continuous roll, no lag. The only time it would lag is probably when you would play the apps that were optimized for the higher iPhones, such as iPhone 5s and all that. Um, but I mean, every time they make a new iPhone, they're making the apps more optimized for the newer iPhones. So that's kind of what makes people upgrade their phones, because once they start making those apps specifically for the newer iPhones, it doesn't slow down your phone. It's just your phone's not used to it, so the phone can't really handle it because it has to output a lot more than it has. Where if they were to keep the apps the same, it would be fine. But instead, um, then that's why the new phones come out and they make the apps better and they're more optimized for the newer phones. Um, I sold my iPhone 4S about a couple months ago. I was hoping to get a better phone, but I actually downgraded and used the rest of the money for something else. What I got myself here was a iPhone 3GS. Um, I wanted the 3GS since I was back in middle school. I thought it was a pretty awesome phone. I really liked the design of it. I think I wanted the white one, which is this one. This is a 16 gig box, but mine was a 32 gig, so I have more memory than I could. What I even could. I have more memory than what I can even think of using it for right now. I think I only have like about like maybe 8 gigs, not even 8 gigs, like maybe 6 gigs filled up, and that's like on random stuff. So yeah, I got myself iPhone 3GS. Right now they're extremely cheap because they're so far behind. Uh, well, not far behind, but they're so outdated. People would say, which is true. But the iPhone 3GS is a pretty good phone actually. I would say it's equivalent to an iPod fourth gen. I think they used like, what was it? I remember Apple saying the iPhone 3GS, the iPod fourth gen, and the iPhone 4. They're around the same. They use like the same RAM or something, the same A4 chip. But the iPhone 3GS is just a little slower, and the screen isn't as good as for the iPhone 3GS. Let me give you some pros and cons about this phone. Probably one of the biggest pros, it's a very low maintenance phone, meaning if anything were to break on it, if you need to replace anything, it's super easy. I mean, there is it's probably one of the easiest phones to repair. There's no soldering required. The only thing you would have to solder if something were to, actually, I take it back. You wouldn't even have to solder the battery. It's a really simplistic design. Once you open the iPhone 3GS, you see. I mean, it's so easy. Everything clips on. The camera clips on to the logic board. I believe, yeah, even the dock power connector where you plug in your charger to the bottom, that snaps onto the logic board. The ringer snaps on. It doesn't snap on. It kind of like makes contact to some metal things, and then that works. But that's probably one of the biggest pros with the iPhone 3GS. It's such a really easy phone to maintain. And hold on. All right, everyone, I'm back. Sorry about that. So like I was saying, one of the biggest pluses about getting an iPhone 3GS, it's a really low maintenance phone, and if you ever did have to do maintenance, or if you want to upgrade the screen, because the iPhone 3GS is both the black and white. They came with the black screen, and then the back of it was white. And this was from iPhone 3G. This was actually from iPhone 3G I fixed, and I probably for sure I would not recommend you to get iPhone 3G because that phone is just so outdated. Like I think the highest it's been upgraded is to iOS 5, and that phone you can really feel the lag on it. It's just way too slow. So if you're going to get an iPhone 3G, make sure you get the 3GS. To tell if it's a 3GS between a 3G, only the 3GS will have you would go to the camera app and they would give you the option to either record or to take a picture. So that's one way to know if you have a 3GS. Well, actually, let's see, is there anymore? It's kind of hard to say, but the way I know is for sure is if the iPhone that you have looks like this, and if you go to the camera app, and if you're able to use a recorder or the camcorder, then that's one way to tell it's iPhone 3GS. Another way to tell is only the iPhone 3GS was upgraded to iOS 6. I think 6.1.6 or iOS 6. So basically, you could put a background. You could put a picture as your background. On the iPhone 3G, you can't do that unless you jailbreak it. That's another way to know that you have iPhone 3GS. Um, I mean, basically, cosmetically, the iPhone 3G and 3GS look exactly the same. I believe. Okay, here's another way to tell. Well, it's not a sure thing, but just to make sure, I believe only the 3GS came out in white, and the iPhone 3G was only in black. So if you find an iPhone 3G and it's white, that's one way to tell, and then make sure it has a camera. Well, it has a camera, but make sure it can record. The camera can record. So for me, the for sure thing to know that's iPhone 3GS is that the camera can record. From there to tell, you would want to see if it's updated to iOS 6. And if it's not, you could possibly take it to somewhere where there's Wi-Fi and see if you can update it. Um, I mean, that's the thing. So, I mean, overall, the iPhone 3GS is just a really nice phone. Uh, it, I think that's where they got the idea of the iPhone 5C in a way. Just bringing it back to basics, using the plastic as the back and making it really simple. But there's not much to the iPhone 3GS. All you got is the metal bezel, and from there, you got the. Let me just try to do this with one hand. So you got your metal bezel, and from there, the screen goes in between the metal bezel. Let me show you real quick. Like so, and then from there, the metal bezel, the mid plate, goes attached or glued to the plastic piece. I'm gonna show you my iPhone 3GS because that's actually what I've been using to do all my videos, or not all of them, but most of them. And I gotta say, the, the only really biggest downside to iPhone 3GS is its camera. Its camera it can be good, but in most cases, it's really not good overall. Hold on. Alright, sorry guys, I'm back. So real quick, I'm gonna show you my iPhone 3GS. Here's mine. As you can see, I have the white back. It's a 32 gig. Um, but I mean, this plastic part, you could buy it from China, and you could basically change it to anything. You could change it to 16, 8 gigs, 32. And I believe you can also get different colors in the back, which are probably now available. I'm not sure. I wanted a white one, and well, I can't really show you the front, but that's probably one of the, excuse me, another one of the big cons to it is that the iPhone 3GS does not have a front camera. Only had a mirror. Wow, it kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't have a mirror in my room, just that mirror. But yeah. So let me go over these pros again. First of all, very low maintenance phone. Very easy to work on. The biggest thing you'll need to worry about is on the bottom of the iPhone right here, where next to the dock connector, I guess you could say, or the charging port. There's two screws, and which even makes that even better is the screws are actually Phillips. They're Phillips screws, and I believe they're 00 or something, like really small. But you could basically go to a 99-cent store and go pick up some cheapy, 6-piece set screw tool set, and they'll have the 00 within it, and you could easily just open your phone. And once you take out those two screws, you need some sort of suction cup. You know, you could get that at the 99-cent store too, probably, or if you want to order all that stuff through eBay, it's like maybe $3 for the whole tool set. And what you'll only really need is the screwdriver, the suction cup, and probably a little plastic pick. So once you take out those two screws, you get the suction cup, and you lift the screen from the metal bezel, and from there you could work on the iPhone. Like I said, the iPhone, I've done it myself, and the only problem is finding good parts. I've tried changing my speaker or my earpiece about 2 or 3 times, and it's the same problem where it's just not working. I don't think I'm even doing it right, so that's probably just me. But as of right now, I've done a whole complete change on my iPhone. Like my iPhone, it has instead of the regular metal bezel, I changed it gold. Um, Also, let me just show you if I could. Let me just show you that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of hard to see. You can't even see it. But basically, the metal part around it, I changed it gold. I changed the home button gold, and I just changed the front of it all white. So some people mistaken it actually has an iPhone 5s, and they're like, "Oh, what iPhone is that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a 3GS." They're like, "Oh," they're like, "How'd you change it?" I'm like, "I just changed it." But I mean, the pieces for the iPhone 3GS are pretty cheap. You're looking for the glasses around. If you want the glass and digitizer setup, I think it's around $6 to $9. If you just need the glass, it's like $3 maybe plus shipping. The plastic part, the backing of the iPhone 3GS, it could run you from, depending what you want on it. If you want the bezel already pre-installed on it, it's gonna cost you probably like $16 for the bezel plus the backing. I myself, I actually, it's pretty easy to do it. You just need the bezel and you need the plastic part. And I use super glue, but you want to be kind of careful with it if you're going to do that because I think it's about my second attempt. And I got the gold bezel on here, and the super glue actually, if you smear it on the bezel, it just looks just horrible. So that's what happened with me. The first time it came out really bad. The second time was okay. Another thing is if you're going to get a different bezel, usually the bezel has like paint. For instance, mine is gold, and the gold paint, it's really tarnishing already. I mean, it still has the gold tint to it, but when I guess my hands get really sweaty or something, the paint comes off really quick. I mean, it still has a goldish tint to it, but it's really, You could tell it's fading. Um, a con about the iPhone 3GS is that it's plastic. So if you drop it, um, most likely the plastic's going to start cracking. Um, Especially the plastic on the top, because I installed mine, and it seems like the plastic near the headphone jack is actually already cracking just a little. Another place where it crack would probably be around the charging port. Well, mine hasn't started to crack yet, but it looks okay. I mean, overall, for the price you're going to get iPhone 3GS, they're pretty cheap. I mean, I think a 16 gig is probably like what, $30 to $50. Um, my 32 gig I bought it like last year, so I kind of paid a little bit too much. I paid 100, but it came with box and all that, so I was happy with that. But but honestly, it's just you don't see the iPhone 3GS too much anymore. Um, Overall, it's a really good phone for if you're on a budget. I really like it. Um, the speed on it's okay. From time to time, my apps crash, but I mean, I'm able to go on Safari fine. I'm able to get the YouTube app and watch YouTube. Like, I got Amazon, I got eBay on there. You could play certain games, but a lot of the new games that are out there, or a lot of the popular ones, are more optimized toward the iPhone 5S, iPhone 4S. So games you're going to be kind of limited, but I mean since it's Apple, the apps you'll have you're going to be fine on the apps. So that's another big pro for the iPhone 3GS is that it's Apple, and the Apple Store has so many apps it's just unbelievable. So I mean for instance, my sister had a Galaxy, I think it was a Samsung 2 Galaxy or Galaxy 2, and it was about the size of the iPhone 3GS. But I mean, within like less than a month, she was having problems with that thing, and it was just she said it was a piece of crap and it was so slow. And with Apple, with the iPhone 3GS, they got together. It runs fine with me. Um, it was actually doing a little better than my iPhone 4S because it was on iOS 5 and it was starting to crash a lot. And as long as you have your phone updated to the latest firmware, it should be fine. Sometimes it does slow down iOS 6 since this phone isn't optimized for it, but it runs fine. Another big pro is that this phone is gel. You're able to jailbreak it, and actually it's not too hard. I was actually able to jailbreak and unlock my iPhone 3GS. So it's pretty simple. I mean, I looked up a YouTube video. All you had to do was follow the steps, make sure you did them right, and it was easy. That's a good thing about the iPhone 3GS. You could basically buy it, look up a couple YouTube videos, do it yourself, and jailbreak and unlock your phone. And it works good. I don't have any problems. No, it works pretty good. The battery life is okay. I mean, for me, if I weren't to use my phone at all, the battery would probably last 2 days. But for me, my battery, I had to charge it by the end of the day because it's like on 10%. But I mean, it's for the price you're gonna get it. You're gonna get a decent, good phone. You know, um, it's just for me, it's a good phone for me. I really do want to upgrade because my camera really is bad on here. I mean, on here, for me, if you look if like how I'm recording right now, it looks decent, but you could tell the colors aren't so vibrant. Um, it has trouble focusing. When I try doing my Gundam review videos, and I try to get the light on them, it looks too dark. So it does have its pros and its cons, but the biggest probably cons to it is that it has no front camera, so there's no FaceTime. But you could use Skype and you could use the back camera for Skype, which is good. Skype runs pretty decent on my iPhone. It doesn't lag out or anything. It's pretty good. Um, what else? Oh yeah, and just this one camera I have, it's just really bad. I think it's like like a 3 megapixel or so. It's a really bad camera. But at times, if you're in the good light, if you're in the right lighting and all that, it'll take some pretty good pictures. But most of the time, when you're in a dark environment like this, the pictures aren't going to come out very clear, and it's going to look like Minecraft on your in your camera roll, basically. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, like I said, if you're in need of a phone, if you're in need of a phone, and you're looking for something cheap, I would highly recommend iPhone 3GS. I mean, I can't think of any other phone I would want that you could possibly get for cheap, or as cheap as 30 to $50. I mean, there's the S3s out there, but it's just all on preference. I mean, S3 is a lot faster probably, but eventually you're going to have problems with it, and it's just not going to last as long. And probably from there you're going to upgrade from an S4 and an S5. So if you want a long-term phone that's basic and you just need for calling, and you want to take a couple pictures, but you're not trying to be like that Snapchat photographer or anything, or Instagram, this would probably be your phone. But if you're looking for a good camera, you're going to want a little bit faster. Probably go for the Samsung S3. I mean, this phone I like it. Like I said, this is a low maintenance phone. The Samsung batteries are always going bad. They start to heat up way too quick, and then the battery just gets real fat, and it's like ready to explode, and you have to replace the battery. That's already happened to my niece's phone, and you know, she likes it. She's one of those people that love Snapchat and Instagram. But it's just this phone's just not that phone's just not for me, honestly. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna end this video right now. Um, Hope this video kind of helped you. If it did, leave a like. If you have any questions, leave me some comments. Be more than glad to, answer them. Um, but yeah, guys, just like I said, you're on a budget. You want a good, if you like Apple and you want a phone, get the iPhone 3GS. You're going to like it a lot for what it offers. And it still has the camcorder capability, so you're not missing out. Just make sure you get a 3GS and not a 3G, because you will you will hate your life if you get the 3G. It's just 3G is like taking you back to the Stone Age. At least the iPhone 3GS has iOS 6 and it has a camcorder. Alright, guys, I'm gonna let you go now. Any more questions? Like I said, leave them in the comments. If you like this video, leave those likes. Keeps me happy knowing that you guys watched the video. Alright, guys, see you later.